Good evening, everyone. And before we get straight to tip off, let's know there's halftime show presented by Apple Music.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 58 halftime show.
The Apple Music Administration advises the following performance is rated U. May cause singing, dancing, sweating, gyrating, and possible relationship issues.
But you gotta be smart about it. Solo what? With the guys I sacrifice, cause I knew you could not see the love in me while you ain't got to go, no. Oh, it's okay, I'ma be. But if you do call, know that God answers prayers. They said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. But I am. Hey, mama, we made it. And now this is for you. You, my number one, y'all sing. Yes, you, my number one. Spotlight. Big stage, 6,000 fans screaming in a rage. Yeah, I do it for the ladies, but I gotta keep it real. Where we at? Let's go! Say, had nothing to shorty, I got a thing for you. You keep hey, if you close our eyes, it can just be me and you. I'm gonna make love. Hey. Oh, oh, oh,
from the start.
Know that you're that one for me.
It's clear for everyone to see. Oh, baby.
I don't know about y'all, but I know about us. It's the only way we know how to rock.
It started when we were younger.
You're my mind.
Now another brother's taking over, but it's still in your eyes. That's my baby.
See it no matter how I try to hide. Even though there's another man who's in my life, you will always be my See, it's rare you find people like us. And since we in here celebrating the 20th anniversary of Confessions, I need everybody in here to put one hand in the air. Bounce. Bounce. Watch this. Y'all know what this is. My confession. Just when I thought I said all I could say, my chick on the side said she got one on the way. So my confession. And I'm blue. I don't know what to do, but I decided I need part two of my confession. At 7 o'clock on the dot, I was in my drop top. I think that you should. When the feeling ain't the same and your body don't want to, but you know, the money, oh no, let it burn. Oh, I'm twisted 'cause one side of me is telling me that on the other side, I wanna break down and cry. Y'all sing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So many days, so many hours to you return. You feel it in your body, you found somebody who makes you change your ways. I can't get with your crew. Said you act like you ready, but you don't really know. Everything in your past, you wanna let it go. I've been there, done it. After all that, this is what I found. Every one of y'all are just like me. It's too bad that you can't see that you got it.
You got it, you got it bad. And you're on the phone. Hang up, you call right back. You got it bad. If you miss a day without your friend, your whole life's alright. You got it bad when you're out with someone.
Think about somebody.
Too close.
Las Vegas! Where my bad girls at? My bad girls. Woo!
Show up, shout it. What it do? Get at me, bad girl. FYI, we don't stop. This is deja vu, deja vu. Watch her dance like this, like that's your rule. I be with my squad, flipper squad, go. Yeah, we did it again with the bounce, rock, skate, whoa. Let go, let go. Got me like, oh my God, I'm so in love. While you finally, you make me wanna say, I'll be with my squad, rocking quad. We did it again to rock everybody.
Las Vegas, are you ready to get crazy? Another round of shots. Las Vegas, turn down for what? Turn down for what? Yeah. Hey, turn down for what? Hey, hey, hey. Get loud. Another round of shots. Las Vegas, turn down for what?
Peace up, A-Town down.
Yeah. Okay.
Usher, baby.
Let's go.
Up in the club with tryna get a little VI. Keep it down in the low key. Cause you know how it is.
Hey.
Shot it, she was second. From the game, she was spitting in my ear. You would think that she know me right. So I decided to.
Okay.
Conversation got.
Hey.
I got up and followed her to the floor.
Come on.
Said, baby, let's go.
Everybody.
When I told her, I said,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Watch out, my outfit's ridiculous. In the club looking so conspicuous. Wow, these women all on the prowl. If you hold the head steady, I'ma milk the cow. Forget about game, I'ma spit the truth. Won't stop till I get them in their birthday suit. So give me the rhythm and the dimmy, y'all with that clothes and bend over to the front. Let's drink, you the one to please. Ludacris feel tough like me and Earth once more. We leave them dead, we want a lady in the street. But I'm freaking the biggest thing, yeah. Yeah.
To the A, babe.
World to the A.
I turned the world to the A.
You turned the world to the A.
I turned the world to the A,
You turned the
babe.
world to the A.
I love you.
The National Football League and Apple Music thank you for watching the Super Bowl 58 halftime show. Go to Apple Music to listen to Usher's new album, Coming Home in Spatial Audio.
And without that, let's strain the tip-off between the Virginia Tech Jazz and the Spurs. Last time on NBA 2K20, the Jazz managed to get back-to-back home game wins in 3 consecutive straight, and they remain undefeated, but the shooting gets a lot better, and Kelly Oubre is back on the team. Without further ado, but before that, I'll let the Spurs screen wear black. They're gonna work well. Without further ado, let's get this started.
the best, the lively and colorful Riverwalk. Just part of what makes San Antonio such a great town.
It is a great time.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to
the
be
most
in the
votes
running
so far.
to make the All-Star team.
And you look at Oubre. He's not too far away from his spot in the starting five. A lot of votes have been coming his way.
And even if he doesn't get the fan votes he needs to become a starter, you have to believe he'll be a part of the Eastern Conference All-Star team.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter. Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. Clark, terrific defensive teams tonight, both highly ranked. What will the offenses have to do to get some scoring?
Well, two things. One, you got to be patient. You got to be ready and willing to make the extra pass. And then you also have to mix up what you do offensively. You don't want the defense to get a steady diet of what you're trying to do. Keep the defense off balance.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Wall. Boz is out there with the Magician. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Prince in at center. And for the Spurs, Jakob Poeltl out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's White. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Johnson in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Johnson. Knocked away. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. It's good from long range.
And that's what the Jazz
Wall's
did
got
well.
the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Jazz. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio. It's a 3-point game. Poeltl, the pass to DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Here's Johnson, and it's blocked. And they get it back. San Antonio again turning it over.
Once again, the turnover since when on a loss.
Now, here's Oubre.
They're trying to shuffle.
Jazz passing it around.
Oubre
And the
is
Jazz,
good.
another 3.
And you can see that backcourt just setting the tone for the entire team.
Or the shot repertoire of Jakob Poeltl. Mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. The 3, and it's Wall.
And it's
That's
in
an
again.
assist by
Solidly
Oubre.
like a rock.
And it's 6 points for Wall.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity.
Oubre gets the steal. Somehow
Knocks
that's
it
off.
loose. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Poeltl will live body him there.
He's live and he's also no stiff, guys. Poeltl can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package.
Jackson, get that
Watson
out.
again. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. The Jazz also changing it up. Ryan is checked in for Prince. LeBron comes in for Boss. And Beal subbed in for Oubre.
Here's James.
5 to shoot. Puts it up from 17.
That one's
Again, the
off.
miss by the Spurs.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little
King
defense as
James
was shown,
gets
should have
it.
made that one.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Now here's Carroll. And the rejection by James.
That's the move by King
From
James. And
Bryant.
he
And
gets
again,
it.
it's the Jazz from deep.
15
I
points.
like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Murray, poked loose. And here again, the Jazz in transition. Up the court they go. Gray, that's good.
Yeah, and the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
The Spurs calling their first timeout of the game. I want to play until he's exhausted. Still got plenty of energy left.
And the Jazz with some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Beal. The Wizard comes in for Magician. And Fresh subbed in for LeBron. Spurs trail by 16.
Oh, Wall.
Here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Murray is a spectacular talent. And when he gets going, watch out.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. It's stolen by Carroll. And here comes the break. Pass to Johnson. Now, here's Robertson. Tight defense on him.
Hey, yo, right here.
Over Jordan. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Jazz lead by 14. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Clark, here we are mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear, ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win, and being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Spurs, Trey Lyles out there with James Johnson. Then there's Robertson. Then it's Damari Carroll.
Oh, my goodness! That was special.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. The NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only two conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that, to adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Jazz leading by 18. From deep, Prince, and again it's the Jazz from deep.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
That's tipped. Gay finds White. Back to Gay. And the rejection by Curry. And now here's Prince, the fast break opportunity. Offensive rebound. Fresh, the pass to Jordan. Second chance shot. And that one drops for him. Jordan's got his first 2 points.
Boy, you take a look at that jump shot of Jordan's, effortless and impeccable in its mechanics.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Well, the head coach likes about this game. He's very impressive with players. Everyone's all good. No need for switching yet. Looks like substitution actually.
Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points.
They're taking advantage of every mistake that their opponents are making. I mean, they're really converting points off those turnovers.
And here's White. Just 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And the Spurs making a change here. Murray's checked in.
DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, Wise keep getting worked.
Tipped away. Lillard with it, outguarded by Murray. And the Jazz, another three.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
LeBron, good.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
From deep three-point range, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the visiting team out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Well, for the Jazz, Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters. You got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Pressure turned me into a giant.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
A big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Prince, Kelly Oubre out there with Wall. Then it's Magician. And it's Montgomery in at the 3, the small forward. Clock at 4. The offensive rebound.
Boy, defense non-existent there. But they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Gray, that's good.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Here's Johnson. Rebounded by the Jazz. In transition, here come the Jazz. Prince with the ball.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed. That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed. Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
Johnson kicks to Robertson. They need this. It's rebounded by Gray. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Jazz. Haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Passes it to Lyles. Spurs passing it around.
Pickpocket. And we got.
And now Wall running the floor all by himself. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 14 points for Wall.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
For the Jazz, James checked in for Jordan, and Lillard subbed in for John Wall. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. And here again, the Jazz in transition. Up the court they go, and Lillard gets it to go.
Well, you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
And stolen by Lillard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And that's now 9 points for Magician.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Jazz out in front, running away with this one. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
And here goes the booze. Eight to 66. Jackson.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot That's how you orchestrate it.
Not the Spurs fans need to get their cars.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Curry with the steal. Johnson is out there with Robertson. Then it's Trey Lyles. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in a shooting guard. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Utah Jazz.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach.
74, and the remote stopped playing. We'll be back. We're back. Sorry for the unexpected technical difficulties. Again. Oh my God.
Back to Murray.
The Spurs have the back spot with a turnover.
The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours in their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
That's a steal. That's a bad pass.
Mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for
56.
some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Jazz.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for John Wall.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Johnson kicks to Robertson.
The Spurs on the
pass to Walker
to
end the cold streak. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And it's the Jazz's ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off. Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Three-pointer, Lillard, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
We draw the roadkill.
And this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
Back to Robertson. We see the Jazz get the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. They just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Damian Lillard. Dame, you guys seem to be in a good groove right now. How do you keep the momentum going?
You take it one game at a time.
you got to remember what makes you a successful basketball team, and that's us moving the ball, get up and down, and defend. And we've been able to do that.
It has all come together for you, Dame. Hope it keeps going. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
Nigeria, this is the year of the beer, leave a hair in a chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near in the middle of the road and a beer. You don't want to rock with the man hands off the road games. Counting up fans while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top was a
Since
plan.
their last victory against the Knicks.
Said I'm just fine in the right place at the wrong time. Said it go crazy out of my mind, and I think back when Daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time, and quit hiding.
And 4 on February 26th against the Bucks. Then this time the Cardinals will be finished off at home. Now can they go against the Nuggets after we finish the game? Back to Celtics. Now, okay, 9:15. We got time for one more. So first, let's take a break. And let me do some changes like that. Back and we're ready for a second on the road game for the Jazz. This time at the Celtics.
I just want the Lucci, so me and all of my poochies can eat. Put his loose chains, take his boot thing up to PF chains and take him K to steak or something. Something looking at me like I'm opaque or something. Don't I look like Drake or something? Something better tell mankind and the take it coming.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Our game tonight featuring the Jazz as they go up against Boston. Looking at Boston, they'd like to play well to start this season's series. They haven't forgotten how this team knocked them out in the first round last season. And Kemba Walker said he never expected to be a superstar in this league. But Shaq, that's exactly what he's become.
Well, listen, he's kept working, and when the losses piled up, instead of pointing fingers at Kenny, he looked in the mirror and said, Shaq, you're beautiful. How can I get better?
Well, I'm not sure if I call Kemba a superstar yet, but a budding star is a better term. His development as a shooter has opened up the rest of his game, and he turned a weakness that he had at one time to a strength.
Let's go.
Tip off. Jazz and Celtics up next.
An aerial view of downtown Boston, our location tonight, gives you a great idea of the beauty of this historic city. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. With Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we welcome in someone who has been writing and communicating NBA basketball thoughts in book, over the air, in podcasts, And on TV, the terrific Bill Simmons. Bill, great to have you.
And now for somebody who's playing a video game at 3 in the morning. That's my next. That's the next phase for me.
But isn't this a great venue?
This is great.
I know.
This is great. They're half asleep. My voice is waking them up. I'm excited.
Bill Simmons is terrific.
Yeah. Wake up. I'm talking to you.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Take a look at the Jazz. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in the #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, there's the Celtics, a half game back.
Right now for the Jazz, they've come through for their fans this season. All the optimism surrounding them, all the high hopes, all proved to be legit.
Well, how about the momentum they have built to get off to this fantastic start? All positive vibes right now for this group.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. And you can say he's been groomed for this. It's paying off. Guys?
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And Bill, of the championships you've watched the Celtics win, do you have a favorite?
I do, actually. 1984, came back against the Lakers in the Kevin McHale clothesline game. Brought them back to the Garden for Game 5. It was so hot, Kareem had to wear the oxygen mask. And then finished him off in Game 7.
Rambis was the recipient of that clothesline.
He was.
Yes.
And he deserved it. It's not like he didn't deserve it. But the Celtics were just tougher that year. I try to forget that the next year they came back and beat the Celtics.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Prince out there with the Magician. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Wall. And it's Montgomery in at the 3 spot. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Williams is out there with Mahinmi. And it's Tatum in at the 3 slot. They double-team Walker. And Mahinmi has it in the corner. Brown outside. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Tatum. No good on the triple. Prince outside. Hits it from 3-point range. Prince has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Jazz. In watching Jaylen Brown, sometimes, Billy looks like a future star. Other times, he struggles. Now, he's only a couple years into this league, and I get that, but what do you think he needs to do to gain more consistency with his game?
I'm actually a huge Jaylen Brown fan. The last 4 months of the season, he became a really good two-way player. And I think the model for him potentially is Paul George, because he had a lot of the same checkpoints that Paul George did. Paul George is somebody that the first couple years of his career didn't go to the line very much, which I always like to look at to see, especially with a forward, if they're going to actually become a real scorer, you want those free throw attempts to be kind of in the 7, 8, 9 range. Jaylen Brown doesn't get to the line, but Paul George didn't either, and I think he's such a good athlete. He's a really smart basketball player. I think he plays hard. I think that was a weird situation that he was in last year. And he was one of the only ones that got better as the year went on.
He plays hard. You saw something in his eye. I don't think you like coming off the bench.
He didn't. I think he's really good.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Walker against Oubre. It's deflected. From deep. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
nobody goes better than me, really gonna stay to a close. Dude, like Robin, Rolex diamonds. Styling, vibrant Rolex diamonds.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Hayward comes in for Williams. Marcus Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Evans in for Kemba Walker. Hayward looking around to stop the run. And it's sent back by Bryant. And now the fast break, LeBron with the ball. Again, the Jazz score.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Austin's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now here's Smart. Defense is right there. Got a piece of it. Outside Tatum. Over LeBron. Boston. No good that time either.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Evans. And so it's the visiting team out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around three-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. Should the NBA, that in mind, do anything to address this via any rule change? Which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize like that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
Well, you can't lose what the game is.
No,
it's big, it's small, it's inside, it's outside.
And it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have. And they create a lot of layups and they play, they're really creative. And you just can't, that just can't be your thing is we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is you're still going to get in these games where 2 points really matters, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. These games slow down, it's going to be a 92 to 89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter, no matter how you're going to get them. You still need somebody who can do that too.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Jazz, Magician is out there with Thomas Bryant. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's LeBron James, and it's Curry in at the point. On offense, here are the Jazz. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Drops in the tray.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means we got to get you back here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, Doris, you read most reporters, they try to stay impartial, but not Bill Simmons.
I think that's what makes him special, Kevin, right? He has his own lens through which he sees things, and he is unafraid to give you his opinion.
5 on the clock. On its way from Hayward for 2. No good, shot missing. The Jazz go the other way with it. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Poked away. It's stolen by Curry. And Curry throws it down.
Well, give Steph Curry some props for triggering that break. He makes a great defensive play, and it leads to an easy opportunity.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Knocked loose. Evans passes to Tice. Here's Gray, and that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
This stands from below the line. We need to overcome it as we're trying.
That one is off. Both teams will make substitutions. And he sinks the second. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. They get a hand on it, gets it off. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the visiting team, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Well, for the Jazz, Kenny, what do you think?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They looked out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
It's 2-43. Jazz lead by 41 points.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Curry has been sensational.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Who are some of the up-and-coming shooting guards in the league that you have noticed have got a very high ceiling?
Well, I'm going to mention 2 guys who I think could be considered combo guards who can play 1 or 2, and who I think their organizations are still trying to figure out their best position. But 2 of the most dominant young guards in the league who are going to be a problem for over a decade, Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Both guys can create their own shot. Both can get off the dribble drive. Both could light you up for over 50 a night. Devin and Donovan, 2 names to keep an eye on.
Brown is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Mahimi is out there with Williams. And it's Walker in at the point guard position. That's the Boston 5. Beal from long range. That shot off. Some solid defense from Brown. The Trey trains the three-pointer.
Well, you've got to get out on Jaylen Brown now. This is a young man who has shown great strides in improving his perimeter game.
Beal can't get it to go. Jordan against Tatum.
We take that back.
Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Nails the open triple off the fast break. And that's 11 points for Magician.
Well, you've got to credit the defense of Bradley Beal. Breaks it up defensively, gets out in transition. Nice. When he first came into the NBA, many thought Bradley Beal would be a mostly catch-and-shoot shooting guard. But this guy is proven he can definitely shoot, but there's so much more to his game. He can create for others. He can get himself off on the bounce. He is a terrific all-around guy now.
Boy, they are feasting right now off of all of these turnovers.
He dishes it to Bryant. And Bryant slams it in.
What an outstanding pass, and Bradley Beal has come such a long way as a playmaker.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the third. And with Beal doors, he's been more aggressive at attacking the rim.
And Kevin, it's worked out for him because he's gotten to the line more, and that allows you to become a consistent scoring presence. Boy, the dynamic nature of Beal's offensive game has really elevated.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
We're trying to make our defense.
Brown down low, covered by Wall. And it's Brown missing.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
To end the run. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And he gets the bucket. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Jazz. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Well, that's his second three of the game. One in the first half, one here.
Walker against Beal. Walker with it. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Jazz as they wrap up the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Damian Lillard. Fresh is out there with Boss. Then there's Boss, and it's Beal in at the 2 guard. Here's Langford. The rebound by the Jazz.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Here's Evans. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Lillard. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Celtics passing it around. Shoots from the right block. It's tipped. From deep three-point range, and the Jazz, another 3.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout. a dominating performance for the Jazz.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Bradley Beal.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
He gets it in there. 8 points for Prince.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Langford, the pass to Williams. Double team on Williams. And it's Langford at the elbow. Here's Evans. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's the Jazz with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run. The three-pointer is right on target.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And stolen by Lillard. There's Sheldon. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
So we see the Jazz get the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having him with you out there?
We just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
For the
you're like a deer with a cardamom, you're in the middle of the road, better fear. You don't want to rock with the man, hands off in the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam
and I'll do it. Have a good night, one.
How you? Said I'm just fine. In the right
Stay
place,
tuned for the Cardinals taking on the Suns. They win it. They won at Denver.